عمر رضي الله تعالى عنه قال بينما نحن جلوس عند رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ذات يوم إذ طلع علينا رجل شديد بياض الثياب شديد سواد الشعر لا يرى عليه أثر السفر ولا يعرف منا أحد
جلس
حتى جلس على النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم
إلى
النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فأسند ركبتيه إلى ركبتيه ووضع كفيه على فخذيه وقال يا محمد أخبرني عن الإسلام قال الإسلام أن تشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأن محمدا عبده ورسوله وتقيم الصلاة وتصوم رمضان وتؤتي الزكاة وتصوم رمضان وتحج إلى البيت إن استطعت سبيلا قال صدقت فأجبنا له يسأله ويصدقه قال فأخبرني عن الإيمان قال الإيمان أن تؤمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله وتؤمن قدر خير شر من الله واليوم الآخر وتؤمن قدر خير وشر قال صدقت قال أخبرني عن الإحسان قال أن تعبد الله كأنك تراه فإن لم تكن تراه فإنه يراك قال صدقت قال أخبرني عن الساعة قال ما المسؤول عنها من الساعة
بأعلم من السائل
قال أخبرني عن أمارتها قال أن تلد الأمة ربتها وأن ترى
الحفاة
العراة العلاة
رعاء
الشاء
يتطاولون في البنيان. So this is the hadith. We have hadith Umar radiallahu anhu. We mentioned the hadith until إقامة الصلاة. So today we're talking about zakah. Zakah, we don't have a word in English except charity. Maybe they make it, obligatory charity or obligation charity. There is no word of zakah in English. So zakah, which is we pay 2.5 of the wealth we have. 2.5 from what we have with conditions. The first condition, you have this amount, reach the amount of zakah, which is nisab, they call it in Arabic, around 85 grams of gold. So I don't know the price of gold in the market, but probably around between $3,000 to $4,000. Probably around there, from between $3,000 to $4,000. So if you have this $3,000-4,000, meaning this is reach the amount to pay zakah, to give zakah, and then this amount stayed for 12 months. If less than 12 months you have this amount, you don't have to pay zakah. Doesn't matter what, 4,000, 10,000, 100,000. If you don't have it for 12 months, you don't have to pay zakah. Clear, right? Yes. So the amount should reach around 86 grams of gold. So like I said, I don't know the price of gold. So maybe between $3,000 to $4,000, if someone can.
It's varies every year.
Huh?
It varies every year. Every year is changing.
Around seven?
Yeah, 7,225.
7,000
Um,
is not a money.
as of January 1st, the price of gold per gram is 84.88.
So this amount, 85, is going to be over $7,000. Right?
No.
Okay. So based on the price of gold is going to be over around $7,000. Then you pay zakah, and then this 7,200, 100, whatever. So this amount, if you have it for 11 months, you don't have to pay zakah. If you have it and you not touch it, you not spend it, you not use it, it's sitting. It's sitting, like you say, in your bank, sitting. And then you're not using it, you not spend it. If you have this amount, 12 months, then you pay 2.5 from this amount as zakah to the poor people. And as we know, we always point to that this dunya, this life is all test. If you look at anything in this life, it's a test. The poorness is a test, and richness is a test. The poorness, how they gonna be patient with the poorness, and the rich people, how they gonna give their rights, the right of the poor, and how they gonna be thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have a statement of Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu, Amir al-Mu'mineen. He said, إن الله فرض على أغنياء المسلمين في أموالهم بقدر ما يسع فقراءهم، ولن يجهد الفقراء إذا جاعوا أو عروا إلا بما يصنع أغنياؤهم، ألا وإن الله يحاسبهم حسابا شديدا ويعذبهم عذابا أليما. This, they call a hadith, but, Shaykh al-Albani rahimahullah, he said he's a mawquf على علي بن أبي طالب رضي الله عنه, meaning this is the statements of Ali, Amir al-Mu'minin رضي الله عنه. What he said? He said Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He obligated upon the rich people of my ummah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He obligated upon the rich people of my ummah to give from their wealth to be enough for the poor people, to cover what they need, the poor people, to cover what they need. And then he said, and the poor people, they're not getting poor, except because of the بخل ايش بخل؟ That's it. Stingy?
Or cheap.
The stinginess or cheapness of the Aghniya. He said the poor people, they are not getting poor because of the cheapness of the rich people. If they're not cheap, they're not going to let them to be poor. Because originally, don't look at it strange. Muslims, they cover each other without asking. The scholars, they said, whoever have something he's not sharing with his brothers, he don't know what's the meaning of brotherhood in Islam. And then they said, if someone in need, and you wait until he asks you to help him, you don't know meaning of al-ukhuwa Islam. You don't know anything about the brotherhood in Islam. The scholars or the righteous people, they used to look at the situations of each other. They not make the person to ask. They not leave him, struggle until he asks. They cover his in need without asking, without put him in a situation to ask. Because if you put your brother to wait until he asks you, you will be responsible for this in the day of judgment. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you something you think is yours. And you're not sharing for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who gave you. If you have money, if you have anything else. So that's why he said Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he obligated upon the Muslims, the rich people of the Muslims, amount to cover what the poor people need. And then he said the poor people, they're not getting poor because of the cheapness of the rich people. That's why they're getting poor. And then this is what we see. Some people struggle. He's not able to find food. And some others, they go vacation spending $10,000 to $15,000 for 1 week to Las Vegas and Florida and these places. These days, today, we're talking about today. And some others, they struggle. They're looking for food, they cannot find it. So this is the test Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask the rich people. Who remember the hadith we mentioned that إِنَّمَا الدُّنْيَا لِأَرْبَعَةِ نَفَرٍ. This dunya is 4 types of people. One of them, he have wealth and he have knowledge. I'm not going to go over the hadith, completely because it's going to take too much time. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he mentioned that this dunya, there's 4 types of people in this dunya. One, he have knowledge and he have wealth. And he knows the right of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his wealth. And he knows the right of poor. So he help, he gives zakah. And then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said this type of people, the highest level of people in this dunya. And in the day of judgment. And then he said the second type of people, someone, he have knowledge about the religion, but have no wealth. But he's seeing the first one, how he deal with his money. How he support, how he help, how he take care of people. How he give Allah's right and people's right. But he have no money. He's seeing this, how he's dealing. He said, if I have money, I'm going to do the same as he's doing. And the Prophet ﷺ, he said, وَهُمَا فِي الْأَجْرِ سَوَاء. Just because of his intention. He said, if I have money, I'm going to do exactly what he's doing. I'm going to help, I'm going to support, I'm going to spend. I'm going to know Allah's right and people's right. So because of his intention, he's not doing anything. Just because of his intention, Prophet ﷺ, he said, he's with the other one, first one, they have the same rewards. And then the third type of people, they have money, they have wealth, but they don't know about the religion. And they're not doing good with what Allah give them. They not give Allah's right, meaning they not give zakah. They not support people. They not give charity. They not help others. They not take care of people who in need. They don't care. And they spend their money, for vacations, for bad things, nothing good doing with his wealth. So the Prophet ﷺ, he said this type of people, the worst level of people in this dunya and in the day of judgment. Number 4, he have no knowledge, he have no wealth. But he's seeing this guy doing vacations and going to, spending his money for bad things and, huh?
What they call having fun.
Having fun, yeah. He's seeing, how he spent his money, to have fun in this life. So, Prophet ﷺ, he said, Huma fil wizri sawa. They have the same level of sins, just because of his intention. He's seeing this person, how he's spending his money for not good reason. So he's seen it, he said, if I have money, I'm going to do the same thing. And because of his intention, even he's not doing it. He said, Huma fil wizri sawa. they have same level of sins. So this life is a test, for the rich people and for the poor people. And then most of the time, poorness is better than richness. Most of the time, poorness is better than richness. Why? Because richness, believe me, brothers, if we count ourselves here in the United States, probably we're going to count ourselves from the poor compared to the people who the community or the country. Maybe we put ourselves in a level of poor. But I think, we live, better than the kings, they used to live. And then this is a test. So anyway, poorness, most of the time, poorness is better than richness. Richness, the person who have wealth, he's busy more than the poor people. He's busy all the time. He's running. And then he's always scared his money to decrease or lose his job or business or whatever he has. And then he's busy away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more than a poor person in general. Maybe there's poor people, they're not good, but the poorness, most of the time poorness is better than richness. Richness always make the person to feel arrogant, to be arrogant, to look people down, always looking for, maybe wasting of money, wasting food, wasting clothes, wasting time, because of the richness, because of money he have. So this is what the richness doing to the people. And poorness, make the person struggle, and most of the people of Iman, when they struggle, they get closer to Allah because they call. When they in need, they say, Ya Allah, Oh Allah, Allahumma arhamna, Oh Allah give us, Oh Allah take care of us, Oh Allah answer. So they connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We're talking in general. So we have a hadith, Mu'adh ibn Jabal radiallahu anhu. Hadith Mu'adh, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Ibn Abbas narrated, when he sent, عندما بعث معاذ إلى اليمن قال إنك تأتي قوما أهل كتاب أو أهل كتاب فليكن أول ما تدعوهم إليه شهادة أن لا إله إلا الله فإنهم أطاعوك لذلك فاعلمهم أن الله افترض عليهم 5 صلوات في اليوم والليل فإنهم أطاعوك لذلك فاعلمهم أن الله افترض على أغنيائهم فتؤخذ من أغنيائهم وترد إلى فقرائهم وإياك وكرائم أموالهم وتقي دعوة المظلوم فإنه ليس بينها وبين الله حجاب. The point, this hadith we mentioned about zakat. When the Prophet ﷺ, he sent Mu'adh ibn Jabal radiallahu anhu to Yemen to make da'wah, to call people to Islam. And then the time he sent Mu'adh, the majority of the people, they are Christians and Jews in Yemen. So the Prophet ﷺ, before he sent them, he told them, you have to be prepared because you're going to people of book, meaning they have knowledge. You're not going to the people they don't know about nothing. You just call them to Islam. No, they have knowledge about their books and they have religion before. So they're gonna, respond to you with what they have and about their religion. So you have to prepare, meaning knowledge-wise, you have to have knowledge, prepare how to call them to Islam. And then he said, the first thing you call them to worship Allah alone without any partner. And then he said, if they accept that, then tell them Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala obligated upon the Muslims to pray 5 times a day. And then he said, if they accepted to pray 5, the first one, to worship Allah alone without any partner. Second one, he said, if they accept to pray 5 times a day, then you're going to tell them, Allah make it obligation to give zakat 2.5 from their wealth. And then, time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they used to send someone to collect zakat from the villages, from the people. And then zakah is not only from money. If you have sheep, if you have cows, if you have camels, there's a zakah. For example, if you have sheep, every 40 sheep, you give one sheep. Zakah. Okay? So he said, tell them Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala obligated upon the rich people to give 2.5 from their wealth to the poor people. And then he told Mu'adh radiallahu anhu, if you're going to collect zakah from the people, don't choose the best what they have for zakah. Like for example, we just mentioned, if you have a sheep, 40 sheep, you take one sheep, zakah. Okay? So he said, you're not going to choose what the best what they have, the one you for zakah. Because, if they have, if you choose the best what they have, they're gonna, they're gonna see it, and they're not gonna like it. Especially whoever have, farms and businesses, and he knows what's the best, in his business and amongst his animals. This is known to the people. Probably if we're asking about the pizza shop, maybe you ask Brother Nasser, what's the best? Huh? Okay, that's beautiful. So you can, people know, there's always there's a favorite, there's a favorite animal to the farmer. Subhanallah. Always there's a one or there a couple, the best. Or yeah. So anyway, so he said, if you're going to collect, you're not going to choose the best what they have. And then he said, إياك وكرائم أموالهم وتقي دعوة المظلوم, and beware, of the oppressed person to make dua against you, to ask Allah against you. Beware of this. He said, if someone be oppressed and ask Allah against the person who oppressed him, his dua, there is no boundary between this dua and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning Allah will accept it directly. Allah will accept it. Beware, if he oppress someone and he asks Allah against you, Allah will accept his dua. So we're not going to details of this because we're going to study about 40 hadith. So if we go study about salah wa arkaniha wa wajibatiha wa sunaniha, it's going to take us to the different subject. And then if we go to the zakah, also to go to the same thing, to the rules of zakah, we're gonna be out of the chapter. So we go to the 40 hadith, and then we have after zakah. What we have after zakah? We have fast of Ramadan. Fasting also obligation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He obligated in the Quran. He said أياما معدودات. أياما معدودات meaning there's a numbers of days known to the people, either 29 or 30. It's not going to be 31, it's not going to be 28. So either 29 or 30 days. And then from the sunset, from the after Fajr, to the sunset. And then I think majority of the people, or all people, Muslim people, they know that. And zakah also, is obligation, upon everyone. And then we have, after that, he said, أخبرني عن الإيمان. How much time have we been talking, guys?
Fasting, Hajj.
And then we have Hajj, yes. We have Hajj. See how much time we've been talking. And then
25.
25. Okay. Hajj also, we have Hajj. Hajj, you're going, will be, if you able, body-wise, health-wise, financially, and now is a papers also. If you're able to go, then it's obligation. Body-wise, money-wise, if you have a papers to go, then it's obligation upon you. If you not go, so you will be responsible for not going to Hajj because it's become obligation upon you. If you have money and you're healthy and paper-wise you're not able to travel, so it's not obligation. If you have papers, if you have money, health-wise you're not able to travel, it's not obligation. If you have, you're healthy and you have papers, but the money-wise you don't have money, it's not obligation. So it has to be all this get together. You healthy, meaning you're not sick, and also you have money to go to Hajj and take leave for your family. And then what's the last one? Papers. If you able, then it's become obligation. Don't wait after that, because when become obligation, it's not gonna remove from you. You will be responsible on the day of judgment, because it's one time in your life. And then if you go, this is the only time obligation upon you. And if you go back, after, will be sunnah, meaning like we can say volunteer. It's a sunnah, is not obligation. It's a recommended, but it's not obligation. And whoever make Hajj, فَلَمْ يَرْفُثْ وَلَمْ يَفْسُقْ, whoever going to make Hajj without doing bad things, sins, and he's not using bad languages, not arguing and using bad languages, and not doing sins, so he will be back as a newborn, meaning will be clean, have no sins, will be pure, clean when he come back from Hajj. So inshallah we're going to stop here, and then we're going to start next week, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us, from Arkanul Iman, the 6 pillars of Iman. But I'm going to leave some time for questions. We have time, inshallah. I don't want make it difficult for you. So if there's any question, we can continue, inshallah.
Got the question, or
And no, I think you don't need. Or I don't know, it's up to you.
let's see who has the questions.
Yes, Akhi.
You talked about this before. If someone says that if Allah, if you make this happen for me, I will go to Hajj, that's not right. That's not a good thing to say, right? Like making a promise.
No.
Like a wager.
No. Ibadah, you not make a, why the scholars, they said, this is not good. What's the reason? Because, the way you're dealing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala looks like there's a deal between me and you. If you do for me, I do for you.
Right.
And this is not correct way to deal with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yep.
This is not a correct way. So because we are a servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we not deal with our master, this way. So if you're able to do any ibadah, you do it, you get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you will be under Allah's mercy, you will be saved from His punishment, you will be saved from hellfire, you will go to the paradise. So this, you do the worship.
Yeah.
But if you're able to do it, do it. If you're not able, why you make a condition?
Right.
If you do this, I'll make this for you. So don't deal with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala this way. I think Azad, I think your daughter by the door.
And
I believe.
if you do make that condition, you have to fulfill it, right?
Yeah, if he made it, yes. Except for something you're not able to do it. لا نذر there's no nether, there's no oath, meaning to follow, to apply for someone for something he's not able to do it.
So if someone did what he said, and they,
Yes.
and they try to get out of the reach Allah's mercy, he has to what, fast or?
No, you just do. If he makes this to, like for example, he make an oath, I slaughter, lamb or whatever cow. If my father come back, so when he do it, when you say this, do it. But even it's not good, because don't make a condition. Don't deal with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for this, because we see this. A person, he's saying, if my sister graduate, if my son back, if my son get purification, if get successful in the surgery, I'm gonna slaughter lamb, I'm gonna do this. No, this is not a good way to deal with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you make an oath, just follow it and do it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without, if you're looking for purification of your son, directly ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ أُجِيبُ دَعْوَةَ الدَّاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِ فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي وَلْيُؤْمِنُوا بِي لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْشُدُونَ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will answer you, if you ask him for anything. He said, if you really, O Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if they ask you about me, so I am close. Let him ask and I will answer. So, وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمُ ادْعُونِي أَسْتَجِبْ لَكُمْ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, make dua, ask me, I will answer you. Anything you're looking for. So if you're looking for purification, if you're looking for marriage, if you're looking for your kids to be successful, your wife, your husband, your son, your daughter, your father, your sister, whatever brother, friend, neighbor, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah there for you. When Allah see you serious, if the dua coming from your heart, and then you serious about it, and you trust Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you know Allah will answer, and you know only Allah take care of it, Allah will take care of it. Don't be confused. Don't be confused. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
Is there any zakat for the property? Like, suppose this is my property, like palace, like house.
In the house, no. There's no.
How big is it is, or
If you buy house for business, for a business, this is different situation. But you have a house, you buy a house, just have it for your family, for your son, for your brother, is no tax. You buy a house for yourself, there's no tax. You buy there's no tax for it. There's no tax. But if it was for a business, there's explanation about it. How good.
Is there a specific time for zakat to be donated?
Zakat is 12 months, like I said, 12 months. If you had the amount, this month, January. So until next year, January. So if you give it before, it's okay, but not late. After 12 months. So if for example, if you have this amount in this month, so until next year, December, this year, December, before January, if you give your zakat in December, it's okay. 1 month before, it's no problem. But don't wait for February, because you don't know if you're going to stay alive or not. Because it's become obligation upon you. When finish 12 months, it's obligation. If you have the money for 12 months, it's become obligated upon you to give 2.5. Okay? So don't wait after 12 months for 13 months. So before it's okay, no problem. But after, don't do it. some people they do it in Ramadan. A lot of people, they do it in the month of Ramadan because they said month of Ramadan in general, ibadah will be multiple and it will be more ajr, more strong, more such. So they collect it and give it in the month of Ramadan. And there's no problem if you do that. But don't if you have it in this month, next year Ramadan will be in February. In March.
In February, yeah.
Yeah, in February. So don't wait for February. If you want to give the amount you have now for these 2 months to Ramadan, for these 2 months, if you give your zakah for these 2 months, and then to start from Ramadan to another Ramadan, it's okay. It's no problem. You got
Yeah, that makes sense.
okay. Yes, okay.
Sheikh, in regards to Hajj, what is the condition of somebody if they're sick? And right now, during the time of Hajj, there is like vehicle options.
The person who's sick,
Yeah,
you mean during over there or?
yeah. I mean, there are like some facilities that they could use as for the vehicles and things like that during the Hajj. Is there?
Oh no, with the car, and then yeah, it's no problem. Yeah, it's no problem. If they ride the car or ride horses, whatever they used to do, or people carry on the shoulder or on the cart, whatever, yeah, it's no problem. It's no problem. Yes, sir.
So is zakat only given to the poor? Can it be donated to the masjid or something? Or
And not to the masjid, no.
no?
To the poor.
How do you go about
Zakat, don't give it to the masjid. Don't give zakat to the masjid. It's not allowed to use zakat for fixing or maintenance the masjid. It's not allowed. If they take it, so whoever in charge of the masjid, they will be responsible on the day of judgment. If you don't know. And if you know, also, your zakat is not valid. Not valid, and then you're responsible for it on the day of judgment. If you give it to the masjid, make it clear. This is zakat for them to make sure they're not going to spend it in the masjid. They send it to the poor. So zakat is not allowed to give to the masjid.
Can you remind us the age group we give zakah?
Huh?
Remind us the people we give zakah. Whom we give zakah?
Poor people. To the poor people.
Just like poor.
Yes, poor people.
Any other sections?
Poor people.
Could be even non-Muslims.
No, zakah is not. Charity is okay to give it to the non-Muslims. Charity is okay to give it to the non-Muslims. But the zakah is not except for the Muslims.
How about like lazy people who is poor? They don't,
Huh?
Lazy people, they don't want to work.
Lazy people deal with them as is recorded.
Yeah.
You know,
Can you explain how-
lazy people they should be not helped, to be lazy. Yeah, they should be make some exercise.
Wanna walk? Wanna walk? Yeah.